if you don't have your grades, then you will be ineligible. And so, because that burning sensation inside to participate in that particular sport, when that's taken away from them, and it's for their own doing of not preparing themselves for class, then they're out of the sport and they don't even have any, they have no interest in school. And so when you ride down Madison Street or Roosevelt or 63rd and King Drive, you will see guys who were tremendous athletes that have given it up. And they're on the street and they can talk about what they used to do and what they could do, but because they didn't prepare themselves in the classroom, they're just an afterthought. And it's just a travesty. When we look at the great players that's in football and basketball and all, they prepared themselves to do that. And they prepared themselves by going to class. See, that's very big and very important. So when you see those types of things, you look at, you say, this guy was great, but he couldn't cut it in the classroom, and he didn't. So when I hear that coming from you, and I see that the fire that you have and that you're on the right track, and when you said that you were dedicated to that, even though what the coaches say anything to you, that you was going to make it. Now I'm going to lighten something up for you. I want to see what your competitive really is. Say you had a girlfriend that you like, and this other guy took your girlfriend. She likes him. You was like, me and this guy run track together. We run against each other. He goes to this other school. And y'all in the same event. And that girlfriend sitting up in the stands. And y'all in the starting blocks getting ready to race. In fact, they put him in the next lane right next to you. And you look up there and you see her in the stands. Are you trying to blow him out the water?
Yes.
Or are you just to say, I'm just gonna win this race because I want to win the race? Or is it added incentive to say, I'm gonna blow this guy out because she up there cheering for him. I'm gonna show her who's who. Would you?
Yep.
And if you beat him and you win, would you hot dog it? Would you would you be would you be demonstrative up at the line and look what I did to him? Would you do something like that?
Probably so.
And is that your nature to be colorful, or that's not your nature?
It depends. Sometimes I could be, sometimes I just don't feel it's necessary.
But that would do it, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You would gloat, wouldn't you? And you would look right at it and point at the gold medal that you got around your chest. All right, I like a guy that's a hot dog. I really do. I like a competitive hot dog guy that can back it up. Another thing. If you make it to the pros, and I hope you do, or I hope you be very successful in life. I hope you be successful in life. What would you do if you make a ton of money being a professional? What's the first thing that you would do with that money?
Spread it to my family, make sure they have a better life, and make sure they're living wealthy.
Oh, I love it. Tawan, is there anything else that you would like to say? Because we got 5 minutes left on the show, or would you want to tell anybody or everybody? You got the floor.
Even if you're not a student athlete, just like an artist or something, or a musician, never stop doing what you're doing. Just keep doing it, because sometimes there are great things that come and make your life so much better.
I love it. I love that. And again, like I said, these young men had to be applauded. The people had to be applauded. And I would like to all the parents and the guardians of these young student athletes to support them. You are a credit to your community. You are a credit to your family. You're a credit to yourself. And I would pray to Almighty God that you're successful, and other student athletes like yourself. I know these types of shows, they talk about social and economic issues and political issues, and I understand that because it is something to talk about. But they don't talk about what you young people do. and the obstacles that you got to deal with. And I think that you need to, these types of topics and subjects need to be elevated, because young people are out here doing it. Young people are out here graduating. Young people are out here graduating from college. So they are definitely doing that. So I'm just telling you to continue on to doing what you're doing. And I will be one to back you 150%. I want to continue to do that. One more thing. You have any sisters? You have any sisters?
Yeah.
Do she support you? Do she tease you?
Sometimes.
Sisters tease you, don't they? They can really get in your, if because sometimes you have to be creative when you're on the football field. What position you play on the football team?
Safety.
Oh, safety.
Wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And oh yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Now, the position safety on a football team is you got to go and tackle somebody. You got to go hit somebody. And sometimes you got to create a certain anger in yourself to go blast somebody out the water. If your sister got on your nerve that morning before the game, and the guy was coming out to catch the football, would you look at that guy and take it out on him for what your sister did in the morning? Would you do it? And he don't even know what happened.
Nope.
And he might be your friend. Say, Taiwan, why you hit me so hard? Something personal. My sister had me jacked up like that. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen, that goes on in the athlete's mind. They create a certain inspiration and anger to perform at a higher peak. Michael Jordan used to create things. He used to create anger so that he can go out and destroy people. Because Michael got a reputation for no one wanted to talk to him because all he needed was inspiration to do something to you. In fact, it was a game reported that they were playing against, I think it was Washington, and they had this big center. And no, it was Utah. They had this big center, and Michael Jordan dunked on this guy named John Stockton, where he's like 6'3". And somebody in the stands say, pick on somebody. He said, you dunking on the little guy. So Michael came back down and said, oh, yeah, you talking? So he came down and dunked on the 7-footer. He says, is he big enough for me? In other words, there's incentive that drives an athlete that the average people and the average public don't understand. And I understand that wholeheartedly. So what you continue to do is use incentive, look at other people's failures to elevate yourself. And that's what you do. I want you to continue to keep doing that. I want you to be respectful. Your character is what will get you through doors that are not open to other people. And again, like I say, as humble as I am as far as being here on the stage with you, I am very happy, and it is a credit again, like to yourself and to your parents that support you. I want to thank you for being here, and you got 1 second left. If you want to say hello or goodbye to anybody, you can.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Again, thank you for tuning in to the mind of Minister Ben Willis. We're going to do more topics and more shows like this. And I want to thank you very much.